Hi everyone, Mike here. I'm sharing a series of video clips that took place at the beaver pond a few weeks ago now. Just finally getting around to share them. On this particular day, my knapsack was right in the center of the action. So this little beaver had got out of the pond quite close to my knapsack. I had to move so I could get a better angle to film her. And she suddenly took quite an interest in the smell of my knapsack, but it was not to her liking, and she quickly turned away. A couple of the clips that are in this longer video I shared a few weeks ago, but most of this footage is stuff you haven't seen before. In any event, I noticed there was a second beaver that had got out and started grazing while I had been watching the first one, and this one was only a few feet from where I was sitting. I put my attention back on the first beaver, and maybe because she was emboldened by the presence of her sibling, but she decided whatever smell had offended her before was no longer an issue, and she just rolled up past my knapsack and started finding something to eat. And once she had her mouthful, she scurried back. If I recall, there was a noise on the sidewalk that kind of surprised her, so she hustled back to the pond quicker than she probably had planned. A little later in the evening, I started filming the two beavers as they were swimming around together. You never know what's going to happen next, so when the beavers are active in the pond, I usually have the camera rolling. Eventually, one of the beavers swam back over to where they had been grazing earlier, and I don't know if this is the same beaver or a different one. It's really hard to tell. This beaver came right back to my knapsack, and this beaver seemed more curious and maybe even okay with the smell of my knapsack. She sniffs it a few times and doesn't seem to mind what she smells. Eventually, she was ready to keep going, and she goes past my knapsack, and there's my husky's football jacket laying on the ground too. She didn't pay any attention to that, and she headed up to get some food as well. As often happens at the pond, this beaver also was startled by some noise or movement on the sidewalk, which isn't very far away, and she hustled down closer to the water where she would feel safer. So the video is coming to an end. I hope you enjoyed these few minutes of watching the beavers and scurrying around near my knapsack. Hope you have a great weekend. Cheers.